is legal vision. I would like to take on the topic of demand and recovery under the GST. Goods and Service Act introduced in 2017. Before it, there was also various acts were there, including value-added tax and more things, raise under excise and more. Currently, we are in the tenure of the GST as far as the business world is concerned. So it's the biggest one. I think hereafter the government will not go another change of the taxes regime and everything. It is the biggest one, GST, and how the GST is handled by the officials, how the executives are handling the GST provisions, how they do. It's a main provision is a demand and recovery. Why it happens? Usually if the person or assessee pays the tax without the interference of the officials or executive, and anyhow, automatically the officials see the sanction the tax commitment of the people or the assessee, and they go to the next stage. They are not at all concerned about these people, they pay regularly. They think so. Their treatment are same. But if the people, if the assessee hides anything, hides the tax, hides the sanction accounts, and he gives the sanction in the willful misstatement and misrepresentation or wrong representation and tax evasion, automatically the people get the sanction, get the power of the sanction to come to the scene. So they study the sanction, they lay in the scene of that is the picture of this assessee, and automatically they come to the SOCAS notice. They issue the SOCAS notice raising the demand. You have to pay like that, it is a difference, and they would say in the more differences and everything, then they will start here and it will end under the adjudication of the taxes issues. Automatically the issues are started from the demands. They send the SOCAS notice. If the assessee answers to the issues raised by the official or executive, automatically the problem will be solved. Otherwise, they go to the next stage. They go for the sanction penalty and interest. They calculate as per provision of the GST Act, whether it is a central GST Act or state GST Act, and a union territory GST Act or international or interstate GST Act, whatever it may be. So under the four aspect and four tax regime, the provision help the official or executive to do their works. So they come to the demand, and if the demand is met or answered properly, so they go for next stage not to do anything. Otherwise, they pay for interest, they calculate interest. The provision empowers them to do. Then the provision empowers for penalties. So penalties are limited according to the provision. What provision say they have to enact the sanction their own powers. So their regime starts from low level. There is a sales tax officer who takes everything. If the people go for appeal or whether come to the court or judicial forum, automatically the problem goes for the adjudication. And then the last one is recovery. The recovery process is very long. They get the sanction, at last the sanction angered to take the recovery. If the people is not answering to anyone, and here more lapses are also there. If the lapses, when the demand is raised, if the lapses are there, we have to answer. And then if we are idle, if the assessee are idle, automatically they go for interest and penalty and recovery. So we can submit if the executives are wrong in their assessment, more submission in the judicial forum or in their appeal forum, whatever we can do. So there are the most provision, most place and space for the redressal in the Act. That also we have to notice. The GST regime at the sanction is the strongest one, and it collects at the sanction more taxes properly and gives it to the government. The government gets it as also more strength, financial strength from the GST regime. Despite it, the misrepresentation or fraud, misstatement and hiding, evading taxes, all will come under responsibility the action by the executives to do anything against the SSC. So the SSC has to take a many careless in their own also transaction, how they do transact, how they do invest. That is the input credit system, input tax credit system. That is important. That also we have to do. So we have to take more careless and keen on our tax work, our activities in the business. So SSC has to take more careless in his or her business in paying the taxes, whereby it is also there they can save their business. Otherwise, these unnecessary disciplines will be given by the executives in the form of the demand and recovery. That we have to take a more careless to lead clean business life.